Welcome, everyone, to the 2022 Bad and Joey Turkey Bowl. This is our second year doing this. It went very well last year. We're hoping for another great year. We're going to get right into introducing our captains for this year. Kyle, take away with our first captain.
All right. So the first captain, and I think he was a pretty obvious pick to become a captain this year, is Zach. He hosts the first overall pick. I think he had a good showing last year and
phenomenal last year.
Amazing.
I would say he carried his team offensively.
Close to it, and I had a firsthand account. But I think, he's in line to have another big year, and he wound up with the first pick, so he's in a good spot.
He can just hope he's as good as a captain as he was a player. So, with our second captain, we have Ben. This is maybe not the greatest player in the world. He made a big play last year. I don't know if you remember. Lobbed it up, jumped over several people, caught the ball first down.
I couldn't forget.
He had a very big moment for himself. Some people would say he's not great, but I think that he can shock the world with his picks here. Do really great, build a team, be a great captain.
Agree. I think he cares about the event, and I think
he's got heart. You can't say he doesn't. He's got heart. The kid's got heart.
I agree with you. So, and that's all that really matters at the end of the day.
Exactly. Take it away with the third captain.
All right. So, third captain is Nav. Last year also kind of a good performance, but we went 0-2 last year. I was on that team, so
I don't think you can call that a good performance.
Well, you see,
he's definitely looking for a better year.
We can say that. Nav and his whole squad from last year.
Nav is looking to right the ship from last year.
100%. And
with that, we are going to get right into the picks. We're going to move over to first overall pick of the draft. The draft has begun.
Ding, 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 ding. With the first overall pick in the 2022 Bad and Joey Turkey Bowl draft, Team OG Zachy Poo selects Joey, Babbling Bozos podcast.
And that was not a shocking pick at all for the first pick of the draft. That was probably the consensus number one pick. What are your thoughts, Kyle?
I kind of agree with you. Consensus number one. Joey, like Zach, had a great showing last year. They were clicking on all cylinders together. So I think this was an obvious pick at number one, like you said. So, yeah, no surprises here. We kind of knew this one coming in.
Yeah, Zach's just got to hope the dynamic duo can continue the showing from last year. And at the very least, he'll have that for his team. And moving over to Ben with the second pick of the draft.
Ding, 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 ding. With the second pick in the 2022 Bad and Joey Turkey Bowl draft, Team Ben is proud to select Josiah Cabrera.
With the second pick of the draft, it's another quite obvious pick for this thing, but it wasn't obvious. Ben went off the board. Ben Acker, Baker, Acker, Cracker, if I'm going to say it. He went with his gut and he picked the guy he thought was best. I mean, what do you got to say?
There's nothing to say. That I'm sure he's been thinking about that pick for a while. He had the real true first pick of the draft, I would say, the true, obviously not with number one with the choice. So, he had a decision to make. So he went out and he made it. I don't think that's what we all thought he'd do, but that's the beauty of it. It's his
that was not the second pick of this draft.
No. But that's the way the dice roll sometimes.
And we will move right on to the third pick. Like we said, this is going to be a very quick draft. As the third pick.
Ding, 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 ding. With the third pick in the Bad and Joey Turkey Bowl 2022 draft, Team Nav selects Kyle with the third pick.
And there is no shock there. This guy probably should have went second overall in this draft. Had a strong performance last year. Oh, there he goes. It's Kyle himself. Hey, you're here. How you feeling to be on the team? He's taking a moment to get himself composed.
Thanks, Joey. Thank you.
How you feeling to be on the team?
I feel great. I'm happy to be back in my red. 4 is back, baby. We're ready to.
You're gonna turn it around from last year. That was pretty terrible. Last year.
Yeah. Last year was a tough run, but I think I didn't play horrible. I didn't think, but it was just a tough showing from us all. So yeah, I'm ready to turn it around. Like I said, the rest of the red team from last year is ready to turn around. I'm part of that. So that's all I can say about me.
Last question. You have faith in Nav as your captain?
Yes, all faith in Nav. We've been trusting Nav this whole time. We've had discussions about this.
Okay. And we're right on to the fourth pick. Nav also has that pick. So we will see who he takes with this one.
With the fourth pick, Team Nav selects Patrick M.
And there goes the fourth pick. I personally would say this is probably the first real pick of the draft. I know you said it was the second pick, but I think this was truly the first real pick. I think it was a pretty good pick. As the only person who picked me off last year, I can say, hey, he's a good player, very good player. What do you got to say?
Pat, another member of the team last year. We're bringing the gang back. So, like, last year, Pat showed up and he was hungover. And I'm hoping this year he doesn't show up hungover because last year he played pretty well and he was hungover.
I didn't need to know that. I didn't know that then, and now that makes me feel a little worse about myself.
Yeah, so watch out for that guy when he's sober.
But what does that say about the rest of your team? The only person who was hungover is the only person who picked me off.
Yeah,
maybe you all should show up like that.
If we can this year, it would be a better result. So let's hope.
Oh, and just in the fifth pick of the draft.
With the fifth overall selection in the 2022 Bad and Joey draft, Team Ben is proud to select Patrick Biganowski, Poland.
And no shock to this announcer, the sixth pick of the draft. Sixth? Yeah, no, fifth. The fifth pick of the draft, sorry, was Patrick. This captain has some real chemistry with this particular player. So in my mocks, I had him going here. This made sense for me. I mean, what do you think?
No, I do like the pick. Patrick's a uber athlete.
He was very good last year. Very good.
Yeah, last year showed up out the blue. I loved it. He played hard, but I don't know. I like this pick, but I think
the chemistry's there. The chemistry matters.
Were they on the team together last year? Sorry,
yes, Patrick and Ben were both on my team last year. I picked them both.
That's right.
I technically didn't pick Patrick, but lost my first overall pick.
Well, I didn't know that.
Hopefully that doesn't happen to anyone this year.
I think then that might work out then for them, and I'm excited to see it. And former hockey teammates.
That's what I'm saying. The chemistry.
Yeah.
And now we will move on because the sixth pick is in.
With the sixth overall selection in the 2022 Bad and Joey Turkey Bowl draft, Team OG Zachy Poo selects Nathan B.
Oh, shit.
And there goes the sixth pick. What do you think, Kyle?
Nathan, I love the pick. I think it's going to be good getting the chemistry back. And hopefully if Nathan shows up this year, that is a big
didn't
if.
Show up
hopefully.
Last year. He really hurt his team.
So he and he was a captain last year, if we remember right. So
the real worrisome thing here, Nathan's arguably the second best quarterback. The same team has probably the two best quarterbacks out there.
Oh, geez.
So maybe you won't see me playing quarterback the whole time. And he's a lefty. You got to think about that too. That's a little concerning.
Oh, I did forget that.
So I think it's a great pick as long as he shows up. You better show up if you watch this. I'm looking at you.
A different look.
Hey, and he's doing his MMA stuff. He's fit. He's ready to go.
All right, let's see it.
I think it was a great pick. And just in, the seventh pick is in.
With the seventh overall selection in the 2022 Turkey Bowl draft, the Bad and Joey Turkey Bowl draft, Team OG Zachy Poo selects Z-Dub.
With the seventh pick of the draft, Zachy Poo picks. I would say it's a pretty good pick. Well, what are your thoughts, Mr. Kyle?
I also like this pick.
Z-Dub,
great look. He played baseball in high school, so
real athletic kid, was whooping us at wiffle ball.
Yeah, he was earlier in the spring.
Hey, can he throw a football like he can throw a wiffle ball? Probably not.
I don't know. I gotta believe it. I think the talent's there and the stroke there. So
athletic kids are just athletic. I mean, there's nothing more you can do. Also, the chemistry is there. Z-Dub was in Sports for Life with the captain and his first overall pick.
Oh, okay. Unbeknownst to me. There it is. All right, well, that's a good pick then.
And the eighth overall pick has just been put in.
With the eighth pick in the 2022 Bad and Joey Turkey Bowl draft, Team Ben selects Trey.
Oh my gosh, Kyle, what was that pick?
I'm not really sure here. Trey's our great friend, but after last year's
Pretty
performance,
terrible showing last year.
yeah, it was just really not good. And I didn't really think that was going to carry over well to his draft stock this year, but I was seemingly wrong to one captain at least.
I mean, I heard whispers that he was going to go second overall to Team Ben Acker. So, I mean, I guess we can be happy for Team Ben that he didn't take him second, because that would have been just terrible. But you got to think about it. He's got Josiah and Trey now. That's some real chemistry.
Yeah, I do forget that. And also, like, Trey is a big guy, he's got to show it.
He's a big guy with a little target zone. And so you got to think, hey, prove us wrong, Trey. Prove us wrong. It's in your court now.
We want you to. I want you to.
And the next pick is in.
All right, with the 9th overall pick in the Bad and Joey 2022 draft, Team Nav selects Zach D. Another good pick here at 9. I like the look. Zach D.
We got a lot of Zachs in this.
Yeah. Hold on here. Zach D, but it's Zach with a K.
We got 2 Zach Ds. He's with Zach with the K,
Yeah. Different.
It is what it is. Hey, I've only ever seen him play basketball, but he's athletic doing that. So I can imagine there were rumors of him getting picked by Team Zachy Poo. So, I mean, Nav went out and got his guy, He's compiling the squad he wants.
100%. And I also have seen Zach, and he looks really good. He's been hitting the weights.
Oh, yeah.
He's been gaining some muscle mass.
He's looking fit. We got several guys out here who are looking much fitter than they did last year.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good showing overall, but I like this pick too at 9.
And the next pick I've just heard is in.
With the 10th pick in the draft, Nav selects Kevin L.
This may have been the steal of the draft at pick 10. Are we pick 10 right now?
Yes.
Yeah, that is insane. Kevin at pick 10. This kid's a real athlete. He's quick. I don't necessarily know if he can catch a football. I don't know if you know, but if you're athletic, you're quick, running around out there, it's all that really matters. You can play defense at the very least.
Yeah, no. Kevin, again, like a lot of guys in this draft, just an athlete, but I've seen him out there. He's quick. He's a fast runner. I know you know that.
That's a cross-country athlete right there. Cross-country extraordinaire.
So Kevin and he played soccer too, another long running sport. So I'm excited for what he brings. And I think I've seen him throw a football before. So
hey,
I'm excited to see that again. A different look for I'm excited to have him on my squad. I'm talking from my perspective now.
And we got to move on to the next pick because it is in.
The 11th overall pick in the 2022 Bad and Joey Turkey Bowl draft, Team Ben selects Angus.
And there is no shock here. This guy loves Angus. Loves him.
Can't say much more.
He's a huge fan. There's nothing more to say. And when we say he loves him,
it's hard not to love Angus.
He's a lovable guy. He did let my dog out though, so I don't love him for that.
Oh goodness.
Well, he's a little you can't trust the guy sometimes, His hands aren't the surest either, but he's another guy, pure athlete.
I could have seen Ben taking Angus, so I'm happy for Ben that he got to take Angus, and I'm excited to see what Angus can do this year. Who's another member? Was he on my? Yeah, he was on my team last year. I'm excited to see what he can bring now.
What does that say about him, though? And the next pick is in.
Okay, with the 12th overall pick in the Bad and Joey Turkey Bowl draft, Team OG Zachy Poo is proud to select Dustin Salisbury.
Who said they were allowed to let real football players in this draft, Kyle? How did we get the Dustin, the center for the Salisbury Seahawks? I think they're the Seahawks.
The Seagulls.
The Gulls. Sorry,
Yeah.
Sorry, Salisbury. The Salisbury Gulls. Oh, the Seagulls. That's what it is.
Yeah.
In this draft, he's going to be a nightmare out there on the field. How are you going to deal with this guy? I mean, you're going to be on a different team. I got to know.
Yeah, no. Dustin is going to cause fits. And I'm just looking forward to see what he can do with the ball in his hands as well.
He's coming at you with the guy behind him who has the ball. He's trying to block you. What are you doing?
I'm not really sure. Hopefully that's not me at the front because I don't want to take that.
Hey, personally, if he wasn't on my team, I'm with Ben. I'm turning around and moving.
Yeah, straight up.
It's either you run around him or you just get out the way.
There's going to be a collision this year. It probably will involve Dustin.
Hey, that's good for me because the next pick is in.
The 13th overall pick in the Bad and Joey 2022 Turkey Bowl draft. We are proud to select, Team OG Zachy Poo is proud to select John A., University of Maryland.
Oh, and Zach went and did it again. Another former football player on Team Zachy Poo. What is he building over there? What is going on in his mind? What do you think, Kyle?
I love the back-to-back picks. I think both these players are like on the same avenue, and like I think they almost like would have covered each other if they didn't end up on the same team.
Exactly.
So like the fact that Zach picked both these guys up is so big for him.
Hey, they both got a lot of experience with balls in their hands. You know, they got a lot of experience with putting their hands on other guys.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing out there.
Yeah.
And with that in mind, the next pick is in.
With the 14th overall selection in the 2022 Ben and Joey Turkey Bowl draft, Team Ben is proud to select Noah Sisk.
I cannot believe we are already on pick 14. That was an absolute, some would say maybe a sleeper of the draft. Pick 14. That is crazy. What are your thoughts?
I personally am surprised he slid this low. Another athlete, played lacrosse in high school.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know a lot about him. He's not necessarily the closest with two of these captains, but Nav is very familiar with, or Ben took him, right?
Yes, Ben took Noah.
This commentator, the commentator was off at the potty break when that pick happened. I'm sorry, everyone.
He's looking for some size here. I like the pick. Noah can go up and get balls, if you know what I'm saying.
There's a lot of very lanky dudes on Team Akron.
100%. More so than other teams.
Yeah, you got Angus, Ben, and Noah.
See how that goes.
And the next pick is in.
With the 15th pick in the 2022 Bad and Joey Turkey Bowl draft, Team Nav selects Abinov.
So with the 15th pick here, we're into the later rounds. We're just filling out the board. Nav takes Abinov. Joey, your initial thoughts?
As a friend, sad he's not on my team. As a player, a competitor, it is what it is. You know, I mean, you can't do much about it. If he doesn't bring the skill, he brings the mindset. You know, it's that joy when he's playing the game out there. You know, it makes you want to play better. At my graduation party, he was slinging the football around. He was catching it, maybe sometimes looking a little wonky doing it, but he was catching the ball, and that's all that really matters.
There's always room on the team for a guy who's going to make the room better.
And he's another one of these guys that he's looking pretty ripped out there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, yeah.
He's a really jacked fella. I mean, he's a little short, Abby. I mean, short king, you know?
Yeah, I think all of Nav's team has a little size disadvantage here.
No, Patrick's not short. Patrick's got to be near 6 foot. Maybe not 6 foot, but he's near 6 foot.
I think he's closer to my height.
Really? Patrick's shorter than I am?
I think.
I don't.
Could be wrong. I don't know.
Okay. And the next pick is in.
With the 16th pick in the 2022 Turkey Bowl draft, Nav selects Sam B.
There is no shock here. This is just a chemistry-based pick. These guys go really far back. You go really far back with them. Some would say this is like an OG reunion on the team. I mean, you got to be happy with what you got here, right?
I'm excited to link up with one of my manses. I'm excited to get it.
Right?
Yeah, he was. Again, like the rest
team.
of the red team, needs a better showing this year. Definitely is said, and I think we need to work him in some more too because he's a big body. So we're gonna have to use him.
He's going to have to go up there and show that he can catch the ball over people because realistically, he's tall enough that really only like me, Trey.
Played football when he was younger as well.
It's just it's probably me, Trey, Angus, John are the only people tall enough that really should be able to knock the ball out of his hands if it's high enough.
Yeah, he's got a serious.
He's got to put in
reach.
work. He's got to go out there and prove it.
100%.
And the final pick of the draft is in. We have an odd number. I am sorry to all those people who were looking forward to pick 18. If we ever get one, we will notify you. Do not fret. And over to the captain.
Ding-a-ding, ding-a-ding. All right, with the 17th and final selection in the 2022 Bad and Joey Turkey Bowl Draft, Team Ben selects John Quinnipiac.
Wow. I mean, there's only one guy left, so I can't say I'm shocked. I'm sure this guy's not going to be too pleased that he went with the final pick. But, I mean, he can go out there and, I mean, he can prove everyone that he deserved to be much higher of a pick. The captain needs to let him do his thing, and he needs to let the captain do his thing. If these two can cooperate with one another, this team, any team could be really good, you know?
This is a forced pick. So, like, you know, we'll definitely see how this one works out. I'm excited for John to get a different look. Last year, it didn't have real too good of a showing, so he needs to turn it around again. I'm excited for him.
He's very familiar with his captain, you know. I mean, if anyone's going to have tension, it's going to be the guy who's forced onto a team. But, I mean, he's a great guy, you know. He's going to do his thing. He's probably not going to have that great people guarding him, so he needs to go out there and play.
Also was on the football team.
Yes, he was on the football team, so we can believe him. And he does sports for a living. He can't go out there and do bad. Come on, we believe in you, John. And that completes the 2022 Turkey Bowl or Bad and Joey Turkey Bowl draft. Is there any final thoughts you have, Kyle?
No, I'm excited for a good event this year. Hopefully everyone shows. I'm looking at everybody who's watching this right now. Please come to the event. Let's have a good day. We'll let you know the venue. Yeah, that's it. Wednesday, November, I think it's 25th or 23rd. One of those odd days.
It's the 23rd.
November 23rd.
Yeah, everyone come out and have a great time. And after you'll see a highlights reel / the game's happening. So if you want to see the game, it's going to be here. You'll all be able to watch it. We'll have GoPros on. Everyone's going to be able to see their own personal angles or of certain people. May have a red zone camera. It is going to be a highly recorded event. So come out and put out your best show. So for next year, maybe you'll get picked higher. I'm looking at you, Sam, John, Abby, and just hope everyone has fun, you know?
And we don't repeat captains too. We're still early enough where we can have new captains for a little bit. So let's have a good year.
It was a pleasure having you tonight, Kyle.
Thank you.
I wish you the best on Team Nav. Please steer that guy right. He needs a guiding hand.
And I hope you steer your guy the wrong way for the day. So, but I will
have a
steer
lovely
Nav the
night,
right way. He don't
everyone.
need it. Say what?
Peace.
Ding-a-ding, ding-a-ding, ding-a-ding.